Alright, so what we're doing today is, as you seen in the last episode, we were fishing a man-made canal with a hard grass line. Now we got extreme high water, so we're pushing up into the windy bayous, shallower bayous, little grass on the bank still. And we're still popping these 4horseman corks with shrimp imitation lures, catching school trout and obviously some nice reds like this one right here. Oh yeah, there we go, baby. Go from a nice red to a nice trout. This is the our TKO in the shrimp Creole color, and Jordan's using our new matrix shrimp, which is also working. Let's see which one does better. There we go, a little green trout right there. Saw a shrimp jump real close to the bank. Threw right on it with a shrimp imitation lure. Got a little bass, so we already hit the Cajun Slam with a bass red and speckled trout. Well, this has been part of the day. These little rascals right here. Look at this thing. About a 7-inch trout. We're catching plenty of these. All of these gazillion hurricanes we've had this year has really pushed those up in the marsh very thick. But it's a lot of fun. We're getting a ton of bites. You gotta weed through them a little bit. The fact that new matrix shrimp is a little small 2.5-inch shrimp, that's what Jordan's been using all day. He's been catching a ton of throwbacks. The TKO's been a little bit better on it, as it's a little bit larger profile bait. But this estuary off of the intercoastal, we're inside of Alligator Point right now, completely full of fish, trout, redfish, bass, lots of activity. And it's just been a lot of fun, and this area is only going to get better. You can see how high the water is right now. And as this water dumps out, the fish are going to get a little bit better, a little bit more concentrated into the main canal. It's going to be a great place to fish throughout the months of November and December. All right. It's a beautiful thing about fishing in this marsh. Never know what you're gonna catch. Could be a bass, could be a red. All right, so when you're fishing these popping corks, long distance casts, that's the key. Very common cadence, just pop, 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 pause, pop, 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 pause. What I like to do, what that cork's doing, it's mimicking the sound of a shrimp. That's why we like to use a lot of shrimp imitation lures underneath the cork. It's not necessarily to keep the lure up, you know, right under the surface. I'm not really worried about that. I want that noise. There's a lot of shrimp jumping around in here. We've seen several, and I want to mimic that sound. I want to mimic that sound of a shrimp popping in the water. Right here, we're in a little three-way. You want to focus on three-ways and bends when you're doing this deep bayou fishing up in the marsh like this. Pop, 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 pause. And that 4horseman puts out a lot of good noise. Very good cork. Casts a long way. It's got a nice bead on the weight on the bottom of it. And you can really bomb this thing out there. That way you cover a lot of water in a short period of time. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dockside TV. We're gonna go ahead and close it up. We had a good time catching nice specks and some nice reds, popping corks, deep in the marsh off of Alligator Point. I actually started the morning off fishing some of the deeper canals, man-made canals and Pontchartrain, which I caught 2 giant flounder in there. Not much else was happening, but it was a good sign. And you're gonna see everything come to life after these hurricanes and high water passes through. We're fishing right before Hurricane Zeta. We've already went through the regular alphabet and now the Greek alphabet. It's been a crazy year of 2020, but as soon as some cooler temperatures come through and some of this high water gets out of here, you're gonna be catching fish like this on a daily basis throughout the latter part of the fall and the winter. So if you wanna get your hands on some 4horseman corks like we used today, the new miniature matrix shrimp, the TKO shrimp Creole, and Jordan even ended today with the pink champagne matrix shad. Make sure to subscribe to our matrix bait box and also our YouTube channel. And until next time, good fishing. One thing you can't pass up on the way home is birds. Got some birds diving right here. It's gonna be obviously school trout mixed in. Some keepers. And anytime you see the birds, you gotta give it a peek. Here's a keeper right here. There we go. Get it back out there as fast as you can when you're bird fishing. And in the fall, you want to always keep your eyes peeled for birds. There we go. Thought this show was over, but maybe it's just getting started.